Three men were just arrested and charged with hate crimes for their participation in the viral Scientology speedrunning trend. And this
Alright people, so welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Toppyou. If you guys don't know, a lot of guys actually was going into the Scientology churches and was actually speedrunning. So this is basically an update with the speedrunning guys. Let's get right into it.
three men were just arrested and charged with hate crimes for their participation in the viral Scientology speedrunning trend. And this is reportedly because they caused about $10,000 in damages and kicked one of the staff members. Honestly, I don't think anyone's shocked with this outcome, but it was a somewhat entertaining trend while it lasted. But what did seriously surprise me is the charges are being treated as hate crimes, not as trespassing or damages, or maybe assault, because you did have the guy who was allegedly kicked or shoved over in one of the speed runs there. But a hate crime, that feels like a...
Yeah, I'll go say hate crime because how it is actually considered most likely like a Scientology is like a church, basically a church, but Science, right? So they would actually consider it a hate because they would say, come just like a Christian church, and if a person come running through it, pelting stuff in it, automatically go say that people hating on the religion in a sense. So it come like they are hating on the religion.
A stretch to me. But again, them in general just being charged is kind of an expected outcome, especially because, you know, they were filming themselves doing this. And while a lot of it was pretty entertaining and for the most part very harmless, they're still filming themselves committing a crime. So that makes it pretty easy to find them. Because let's be real, after watching their videos, they might as well just post like POV, come trespass with me, and then they film themselves running in there. So it's like, it is what it is. But honestly, again, it's not really a shock the church wanted to make an example out of these three men that we're talking about today. You know, because it's pretty clear that this has been a disaster for the Scientology brand since the speedrunning started. Which, you know, if you're not aware of, there's this insane trend on Instagram and TikTok where a bunch of kids essentially started storming the Scientology churches because I guess they can't stop them all. It's like the new rendition of the Storm Area 51. You can't stop them all. But this time it's Zoomers instead of millennials. Or well, there was definitely Zoomers still at the Storm Area 51 thing. I don't know. Younger generation Minecraft. Regardless.
I'm going in here.
Come like Minecraft speedrun.
I'm going in here.
Originally, it all started with two creators running into the Scientology building in LA and calling it a speed run. And that got some serious attention. And believe me, the first Scientology speedrunners, they were immediately trying to wipe their hands clean of this and advise against anyone from doing this because they realized, uh-oh, what do we do? Most likely, this is to, you know, avoid being held responsible for copycats. That must be an interesting feeling, doing something incredibly stupid, then suddenly you see a whole bunch of people start doing the exact same thing that you did, which is also incredibly stupid. So you're just sitting there like, no, wait. This isn't us. We're sorry. We were dumb. Obviously, once one person went viral on the trend, more and more people started following. So no matter how much these guys were saying, don't do this, guys, the trend continued. And people ended up bursting through doors, sprint past staff, and try to film as much of the interior of the building as possible.
Go. Where are you going down for? Get out! Get out! Get out! No, you're trespassing! Get out of the building! Get out! Stop it! Get out! Just get out! Just get out! Thank you! Go! Get out! Go!
And then suddenly you had whole Reddits and Twitter and just group chats in general mapping out the entire Scientology churches. It was like every speedrun they unlocked a new corridor, so they added that to the map. And while yes, it started in LA, it became a global trend very quickly. Basically, no Scientology church was safe from this trend. You had churches in New Zealand being stormed, in Canada, in the Netherlands, like they're all over the world. And in a way, I guess Scientology made it pretty easy considering they would probably put a Scientology center on like, you know, the moon if they could. But I mean, it's an accessible trend for everyone because let's be real, there's pretty much a Scientology center all around the world. But regardless, as much as you can criticize Scientology, it was pretty clear that it started spiraling from just being a little bit of a prank and a trend trend to, this is definitely trespassing, and with random TikTokers running in there and shoving down members. That's not a good look. So the churches themselves are doing things like removing door handles and frosting their windows, closing themselves off to the general public, and way more.
Scientology raids are over because they've locked it all off. Windows misted up. They've removed the door handles and closed off the door because door used to be open. People would come and try and take you inside, make you to do like a survey to try and get you to sign up. But now they just locked off the whole thing because it was too much chaos. Medicines. But I guess that was a mission after all. So mission success.
And obviously, a lot of people excuse the potential criminality of this whole trend due to Scientology's very controversial history. So like the overall attitude of the internet is kind of like, well, hey, they do shady stuff, so we're just kind of exposing it. But they weren't really exposing too much. They were just running and yelling inside of their buildings. And if anything, now Scientology is technically a victim of this. And that's what a lot of the celebrities that have actually escaped Scientology have been saying, that this is a net negative, because now apparently, or they're claiming that Scientology essentially gets a victim card for this. But no matter what, I mean, we can't say that the trend wasn't bizarre. I mean, you had entire people grouping up and dressing up as minions before storming the buildings. I mean, this is the internet at its best and worst at the same time. I mean, hey, we can't say that they weren't creative. But unfortunately now, 3 dudes from New York are being charged with hate crimes for their participation in storming the Midtown Scientology building on May 2nd. So yeah, 2 guys between age 19 and 21, they were charged with burglary, criminal mischief, and assault, while a 28-year-old was charged with obstructing a governmental administration and tampering with physical evidence. And honestly, if you're 28 and you're storming the Scientology Center for a TikTok trend, you might be a little too old for that, bud. I feel like this is like the activities you do before your prefrontal cortex is fully loaded in. Then it's like somewhat excusable, but like once your prefrontal cortex is fully there, there's no real excuse to do this. You're just kind of making your own life harder for what? Attention on the internet. But as I mentioned earlier, what is kind of crazy to me is the 2 younger guys, their charges are being treated as hate crimes. I guess on the grounds that they were targeting this religion, which, I mean, by definition might not be wrong, but I still feel like it's a massive overreach to charge them with hate crimes for this. Because if anything, I think they're just doing a stupid TikTok trend. But obviously, I mean, that's not for me to decide, and it means they could be facing some pretty enhanced penalties for this. And I mean, it's reported that the group did approximately $10,000 of damages, but I can't really see where the $10,000 of damages are from, because they knocked over some furniture and sprayed silly string on some cameras. Like, I don't know. Maybe that was some really expensive wood furniture. Something's just not fully adding up to me here. But they also mentioned a 30-year-old employee being kicked by one of them and suffering minor injuries, which could absolutely be enough to charge someone with assault. So NYPD Crime Stoppers put out security camera footage asking for help identifying the people in the video. But naturally, the entire speed run was filmed in literally 4K and uploaded to YouTube a day after one of the participants did it. So again, they're really not helping their case here. You really put yourself in a bad situation when you're standing there on trial and you are your own star witness against yourself because you were farming something for clout. Like, come on. I feel like we say this a lot here on this channel, but come on, guys. Let's not film our crimes, even though it could go viral online. It's just never worth it. But what gets me about this video is the caption of this video is, I don't condone these actions. Bro, weren't you there? Like, and you edited them and you added music to the video. You obviously think this is sick because you posted it. But ultimately, out of the group of about 30-ish people, only 3 of them have been identified and charged at this point. Everyone else, I guess, did a better job at staying anonymous and masking up. And probably, you know, not posting it online. And I mean, you can kind of see the silly string kid here, but it is definitely harder to identify who everyone else is. And the other thing is, it seems like this was mostly teenagers doing it. So it is possible the 3 arrested, whose names are Jalen, Muhammad, and Tashan, are the only adults who took part in this trend, or at least on this raid. Because if everyone else is below 18, I mean, it kind of makes sense that no one else was arrested, which is just another reason to back my statement. If you're Gamersubs, it's just coming out. It wanted me to promote it, I guess. Gamersubs.gg/Atozy for free samples. Well, I mean, it is the best sugar-free lemonade I've ever tasted. If you don't believe me, you can go to gamersubs.gg/Atozy and get a free sample right down below. And if you want anything off the store, you can use code Atozy for 10% off. But again, what I was saying is that whole point just kind of proves that this is prefrontal cortex fully loaded in activities. You're too old to be doing that at 28, but it's still fully possible we see more people getting arrested from this trend because, again, they're filming themselves doing it. So investigators, if they take it seriously enough, all they really have to do is go through the footage and find out who owns the accounts that are posting the videos. But unfortunately, if these 3 people are found guilty, that could definitely incentivize the church to go out and press charges against more people. And while I do think it's overkill to be charged as a hate crime for this, they made their bed, now they have to sleep in it. Which is why I keep saying, please don't commit crimes for clout. No matter how small the crime is or how big the crime is, it's never worth it. But hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Alright, people, that's a video from a Tozy, guys. Pretty interesting stuff. So I didn't expect some of the speedrunners to actually get hold or actually be charged for this situation, but it's kind of a no-brainer when you actually think about it. Hit a like on that video as well, hit a like on my video as well, because if you actually keep on doing it, they have to actually make somebody an example, and that is actually what had happened. They actually made these 3 guys an example, and well, that is what had transpired. So it is what it is. If you actually like this video, guys, like this video, subscribe to my channel as well. It's your boy Toppyou as well. Check out these other 2 videos that actually pop up on your screen right now. Hit a comment down below, let me know what you guys think about this video, guys, and I'm out.